Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss Parasummary from the actual CAT paper 2021, slot 1. There are three parasummaries in this question paper and we are going to attempt two parasummaries, and at the end of the video I am going to leave one parasummary for you to attempt by yourself. I will be providing the answer in the comment section. So before that, let us dig into what is parasummary and how you should approach a parasummary question. First, I want to mention that parasummaries are the easiest question type that you must attempt, rather than attempting parajumbles in which you have no options and there are so many combinations of that, uh, permutation combinations of that sometimes we are lost that how to finalize it. And if even if we have been able to finalize, but still we are confused, like about how, if it is the proper arrangement or not. So parasummaries are a better option to attempt, and I would suggest you to attempt it, uh, attempt it at any cost. Okay, so how you should approach a parasummary question? First and foremost, the options are your weapons in solving a parasummary questions. You should always check through the option and you should use the method of elimination, because you will find that in the options there are there are almost two options which will be a distortion of what has been said in the paragraph. By solving this parasummary, it will be more clear to us that what type of distortion we can come across while solving parasummaries. Now, the main aspect that has been told in the parasummary should be there in the option that you are choosing. That is a main premise, should not be lost, and it should be presented in the most concise form. Any example which is given in the parasummary can be eliminated, even if it's not there, that doesn't matter, but the concept or the idea of the passage should be there. Second, as I mentioned, that there should not be any distortion in the option that you're choosing, or it should be out of the premise and what has not been told in the passage. Third, after doing parasummaries will come at the end two close options, and the option which is more concise, and if the an option which has this not does not have any distortion in the first part and in the second part, then we'll finalize that option. Okay, so let's dig into that. What the first summary is telling us is that MC Garg and MacDonald reported a powerful multisensory illusion occurring with audio-visual speech. They recorded a voice articulating a consonant ba 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 and dubbed it with a face articulating another consonant. Even though the acoustic speech signal was well recognized alone, it was heard as another consonant after dubbing with incongruent visual speech. The illusion, termed as MC Girk effect, has been replicated many times and it has sparked an abundance of research. The reason for the great impact is that this is a striking demonstration of multisensory integration where that auditory and visual information is merged into a unified integrated percept. Let's dig into the options which are there. The first option is when the auditory speech signal does not match the visual speech movements, the acoustic speech signal is confusing and integration of the two is imperfect. This is correct. The auditory speech signal does not match with the visual speech movement. But here it has been said that these the auditory and visual information is merged into a unified integrated percept. So why should there be any confusion? And integration of the two is not imperfect, it is perfect, it is balanced and it is unified. You cannot distinguish between each other when you are seeing each other together. So this is wrong option. Let's check the second option. Visual speech mismatched with auditory speech can result in the perception of an entirely different message. This illusion is known as the effect. Now, this thing is correct, mismatched with auditory speech. And this thing is also said in the passage. See, here it is being said when you hear the speech, it can be recognized alone, right? But when you hear it with a visual speech, a different visual speech, okay, a different meaning is coming. It was heard as another consonant. So see, the perception of an entirely different message is coming, and this is known as this illusion, which is MC Girk effect. So we can hold this. Let's see the other options. When the quality of auditory information is poor, the visual information wins over the auditory information. Now see, here is the distortion. Quality of auditory information is poor. Nowhere in the passage it has been told that if the auditory information is poor or if it is better, then the visual information uh, will be better than the auditory information, right? So it is completely out of the premise, not mentioned. The MC Girk effect, which is a demonstration of multisensory integration, has been replicated many times. Now see, this and this are the two close options, but how we can eliminate one? You see, demonstration of multisensory integration, which is present here and has been replicated many times, is present here. But see, where they're present at the end of the sentence, and also not only by going that there has been replicated many times. Is that important? Or is the definition of the Ensiger effect is important? Because we are giving the definition, we are defining the concept, and then we are saying that as because of this, there has been a lot of abundant research on this, and this is the result of this. Like this is a demonstration, so we need to talk about that demonstration before we tell this thing that it is a multisensory integration. So we need to talk about the integration first, so we can eliminate this, because the main subject, though MC Girk is mentioned over here and also here, but the main subject is the definition, is the explanation of the whole thing, which is present here. So we can justify this answer. I hope you could understand that if there are two close options, how you can eliminate the other option and choose the right correct option. Okay, so let us move to the second para summary that is there. Let me erase this one. Oh, foreign peacekeepers often exist in a bubble in the poor countries in which they are deployed. So here the subject is foreign peacekeeper. Poor countries they are deployed. They live in posh compounds, drive fancy vehicles, and distance themselves from locals. This may be partially justified as they are outsiders. See, partially justified, not completely justified. Okay, and what are the reasons? They're outsiders, and that is why they live in constant fear because they do not know the locals that well. Performing a job, they're performing their job that is emotionally draining. but they are often despised by the locals, despised, hated, and many would like them to leave. A better option would be bottom up peacekeeping, bottom up peacekeeping, which would involve their spending more time working with communities, understanding their grievances, and earning their trust rather than only meeting government officials. Okay, so let's see. The first option is peacekeeping duties would be more effectively performed by local residents given their better understanding, knowledge, and rapport with their own communities. Look at this. Local residents. Is there anywhere mentioned that the local residents will take the onus of this peacekeeping responsibility? But here they are. It is being said like they are performing this, which is nowhere mentioned over here. Here it is being said they have to work bottom up, which would involve their spending. So who is this their mention referring to? This is there is referring to foreign peacekeepers. The foreign peacekeepers need to work with the communities. That is what is meant by bottom up approach. To work from the bottom, which is to work with the locals, to mix with them, to understand the problems, to address them, rather than to just conducting official meets and meeting government. Okay? So therefore this is not an option. Extravagant lifestyles and aloof attitude among the foreigners working as peacekeepers in poor countries have justifiably made them the target of local anger. See, first of all, anger is a strong emotion which is again said that they are often, so it is not said that they are like all the time they're despised. Okay, so this is a kind of generalization, and we are moving away from the concept, the main idea of the passage, which is that the peacekeeping peacekeepers should work with the community so that they can understand their problems. Isn't that the central idea of the passage? Here, extravagant lifestyle, we can see that okay, this is correct. Aloof attitude, they distance themselves from the locals, and foreigners working as peacekeepers. Again, see, foreigners working as peacekeepers. Isn't this like too wordy? We are meant to use something which is concise, not something which is like wordy. It could have said like foreign peacekeepers. Again, this is one problem which we have seen, and again it is not addressing the central idea. Okay, that the better solution to approach, come to the better solution, we need to address the problem which is there. The main idea is a solution, right? So here we can cross this. The environment in poor countries has tended to make foreign peacekeeping forces live 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 in enclaves, but it is time to change this scenario. Again, environment in poor countries, this is out of the premise, nowhere it is mentioned, and enclaves nowhere mentioned, so we can just eliminate it without even spending any time justifying it. Fourth normally will be the right answer because we have eliminated other options. Now see, peacekeeping forces in foreign countries have tended to be aloof for valid reasons. See, aloof, they have kept distance, and this is being justified as they're outsiders. So here the valid reasons also come that they're outsiders living in fear, and that is why they have kept themselves aloof. They're just performing their job. but would be more effective if they worked more closely with local communities. Exactly what is being said here, that they need to work in a bottom up approach, bottom up peacekeeping in which they're involved with the communities. I hope that you could understand the logic behind solving this para summary. They were not, we can say that this and this was a close option, but this is not addressing the central idea. B is not addressing the central idea, and D is addressing the beginning of the uh, summary and also the end of the summary in a gist and a crisp format. See here, they're saying that peacekeeping forces, they're not being wordy. Okay, so all these things you have to need to keep in mind. Next para summary, I would like you all to attempt by yourself and write in the comment section your answers. Please pause the video and try to solve it by yourself. Okay, so that was all for today. Have a great day. Thank you.